Hey guys, and welcome to week 7 of our class here at Purdue Global University on gubernatorial and administrative processes, if I can say it correctly today. Entering week 7, guys, so we are getting closer and closer to the end of our course. This week we do not have an assignment. It will be an assignment the next 2 weeks in weeks 8 and 9. This week we just have our 2 discussion boards plus the seminar this coming Sunday. So everybody can still take time to get caught up on anything you need to get caught up on. And remember, guys, on the discussion boards, you need to post on 3 separate days. So make sure, guys, you're getting your postings on each discussion board on 3 separate days. Interesting discussion topics this week, guys, as we are looking at the media and we're looking at the rulemaking process. The regulatory process for our state agencies is kind of similar to the federal process. States will need to submit rulemaking after the legislature has given them authority through some sort of statute signed by the governor that gives them jurisdiction to create new rules. And they will submit to the state register, which is the publication for the state legislature's proposed rulemakings after they have met and designed a new rule. They will then schedule that rulemaking for public comment, so people from the general public are allowed to come in and make comments at those rulemaking proceedings. And then we'll have additional meetings until a final version of the rule comes out. There's a lot of interesting questions about rulemaking when it comes to the state level and to the federal level. The question becomes, can stakeholders become parties to rulemakings? Are they so impacted by the potential rule that they need to become a party and have an interest and a stake in the outcome of that case? When does the rulemaking fail? Most times rules usually go into effect. We don't see too many fail, but the question is what factors come into play if they are not passed or are ordered to be taken back and then redone or just pretty much thrown out. So there's a lot of questions that come into that kind of process with the rulemaking as well also. So the rulemaking process is a very interesting administrative process, guys. It's different than passing legislation because the agency has the ability to draft its own rules, pass its own rules, and then enforce its own rules. So this is a very big, different hybrid scenario than what we're used to when we learn about bills becoming laws. This is something extremely different from that. On top of that, guys, we're looking at the role of media. So if you look at our discussion boards this week, they're both discussing roles of media. We're looking at what is the role of media when it comes to the state processes. Does your state have a media that is very effective in telling you what's going on in your legislature and with the governor and with these state agencies? Are the state local medias pretty well informed of what's going on? What I mean by informed is, and this is a problem I have, and I don't know if you guys have seen it or not either, but oftentimes when we look at local media, like your local television stations, the reporters don't really truly know the political process or the administrative process. And I always tell students, remember they have a journalism degree, not a political science degree, and they don't have experience in government. So the question becomes here, do they really know what's going on? Do they understand what questions need to be asked about what's going on? How do they report it? Are they doing very informative posting and educating us about what's going on in government? Or are they simply doing gotcha journalism where they're trying to do some negative comments and shock journalism to get ratings and those kind of things? So some very interesting questions about that as it goes along, guys. So it should be a great, interesting week this week, guys, on discussion boards and in the seminar. Looking forward to everybody's comments and opinions on these 2 great topics. Remember, guys, you can catch me anytime by emailing me. Office hours are again on Tuesdays and Sundays from 10 to 11 p.m. Eastern Time. And with that, guys, have a great week.